Hello traders, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in today's YouTube video. What we're going to do in this video is actually a trade recap, and I'm going to explain you on how to deal with multiple POIs. Now probably you've been facing the situation already that you see 1, 2 or sometimes 3 zones, and you don't know what kind of zone will give you that one reaction to the upside or to the downside, and you also do not know how to manage these positions afterwards. Now in this video I'm going to explain you how I did it on my last trade. So actually was that one that I took on the GBPUSD, so you can view that one on Instagram. I had 3 POIs, and I'm going to explain you how I banked 9R profit without taking even a loss. Now you will say, yeah Darius, but that trade over here went straight to your stop loss after it was triggered. Well, actually not. I was entering the market over here, and I've been managing it with a break even, and I'm going to walk you through the procedure how I did that, and also how I set up this trade, so why I took that trade and how I did it based on the liquidity knowledge that I have. Now before we're going to start off with this video, guys, make a quick check over here on my link tree if you would like to join me in my new inner circle. So I completely refined this channel, so it's a mentoring program where you will learn in the first place all my rules that I have, all the knowledge that I have. So I've been trading right now 3 years non-stop, and all the knowledge that I gained over these years with my experience is definitely in this channel. So I put a lot of work in it, so make sure to give it a try if you've been looking for to trade by yourself. So it's not a quick reach program or stuff like that. No, actually it's based for traders who would like to live their self-made life by trading the forex markets. We will also make their weekly Zoom calls, sometimes 1, sometimes 2 times per week. We will go through refinement procedures. So everybody who's already in smart money concept trading, this channel, this community here is definitely for you, because we will go here over things that you only will gain through experience, and this is what I'm also teaching over there. So I would say right now, guys, let's get it started. Now what I did over here on the trade, so it's the trade recap right now. I've been looking on the higher time frame. Now actually I was not looking that much on the higher time frame, so you don't always need to go for the weekly and stuff like that. You only need the weekly to understand where the price is supposed to go. So if you would like to catch trades with high risk rewards where you try to swing them for a longer time period, then that's super important. But for this trade idea over here, I was not looking at the higher time frame that much. What for me was only important was that I had here a supply zone, okay, and I had a demand zone over there. These 2 POIs have been for me interesting. As I can see, price is stuck between these 2 ranges. My expectations are actually that I can trade it from the downside to the upside, or from the upside to the downside, and at some time it will break out to the upside or it will break out to the downside. That's it, very simplified. Then I switched down to the 4 hours to see if I can spot something on the 4 hours. And yes, we can spot here a lot of things. So we don't need right now this range anymore, because we know we are already there. So we can minimize it to the minimum that's possible. Also this one, so we know that we've been already dropping from a POI on the higher time frame. And by analyzing here everything, we can spot here liquidity zones. So you can see how price actually used this liquidity to bring the price to the upside, and this procedure has repeated itself another time. Okay, so we had it first time here, then another time here, then price went to our POI on the daily, and price already gave us a reaction to the upside. And this is super important. So for me, this was very significant that the price actually respected that area and did not break it straight to the downside. Because if it would have been breaking it to the downside, then we should have been looking for another POI for this kind of setup, and the price should have been definitely more bearish than bullish. Now in this case, what I've seen was an area over there. So that's my next POI, and I can see how the price already started creating liquidity here and here. Now whenever I see liquidity, I would like to see the price targeting that liquidity. Now in this case, the price already targeted that liquidity that was located below. So looking right now for liquidity to push the price up higher, is right now everything definitely in confluence. Now I wanted to see price in the first place grabbing this liquidity, which it did. Now that we've grabbed the liquidity, we would like to see price grabbing this liquidity and this liquidity. And that's my whole idea of the trade setup. So let me switch right now to the lower time frames to show you more things. Now on the 1 hour, definitely what you can do is you can still use the zone. You can make it something like that, but it's not clear how far the price will go up higher. More than likely for me, the POI is definitely here. Okay, so we can refine it a little bit, but we know, okay, we got here liquidity, we got here liquidity, and now we will switch down to the even lower time frames to understand what the price is doing over here. Now we've been already seeing this kind of thing on the higher time frames. Price is kind of switching. Price took liquidity from here, so tons of liquidity, used the liquidity to bring the price up higher. And now I'm only interested to see on the most recent price action. Now that's the time when I would like to trade. So you can see it's 11 o'clock. London is already in it. So we got definitely enough liquidity within the markets right now to look for our long setups. And yeah, then I matched out, okay, that's probably my zone to go. That was my first thinking. I've seen that zone, okay, that could be definitely the zone where I'm interested in joining the market. But then I've seen, okay, but we have another one right over there. So it's a little bit below where we had the second POI, and we have even a third one. And the third one, to be honest, wasn't one where, okay, it would have not been the best one, because if the price would have been dropping that much to the downside, the chance that we will just go through it would have been very high. It was clear for me from the beginning that the last POI is for me something which, yeah, not the best zone in this case. So more than likely, interesting for me would have been these two zones, okay? This zone is just way right into the liquidity, so you got more liquidity below that area. So if the price would have been tapping in this zone, we would have been seeing something like that, and then I would have been looking afterwards to get probably here into a position involved, and then looking for a nice buying setup. That would have been my idea if these two zones would have been not working. Okay, then I'm analyzing it from a retail trader concept, looking where liquidity is actually, okay? Because look at this, retailers are just looking at trend lines, and yeah, you all know how this game works. Whenever you see trend lines, price is about to break them or to fake out break them, stuff like that. And for me, this is just another confluences from my trades. So I've been watching to see what the price will do, and I've been just placing my buy limit orders right over there, just to make sure that I'm definitely in the market when the price is about to tap in. And my target was at around this area over here, because around above these areas we would have been targeting the liquidity from here, and liquidity from here as well, okay? And that was just my confirmation for price. Okay, it's definitely might take profit. Of course, a little bit more to the upside is also possible, but it's for me quite enough. 10-11 risk reward in this case, more than okay for me. Okay, then I was waiting for price to give me a reaction to it. Was waiting, boom, look at this. Price broke the trend line, right? After you see a trend line break, you got retail traders trying to short it. You had retail traders trying here to buy it. Look at this, how clean and how sharp the price just went right through it. So it really cut the trend line and in this particular price here, but then immediately it started to move up higher. And that's it. Look at this. Very strong movements. I've seen price smashing it to the upside, so it was clear. Okay, institutions definitely manipulated the price over there. But wait, what should we do right now? At this standpoint, I've put my stop loss right at break even because I was sure, okay guys, we got here another POI, so why should price actually not even target the liquidity that was generated with that manipulation to take all these traders out there and then to go long? Okay, so I was aware of that situation. So we don't know if that situation will really occur, but you should always be aware of all possibilities. Now, if you're a trader who's only looking at one POI, then you're doing something very wrong, because you can never say 100% what the price will do. So having only one POI is right now not really the thing that you should go for. I mean, of course, sometimes you got the best zones. For example, you could have been defining this zone here to be your only POI, okay? Because if you understand everything, you will say, okay, for me there's way too less liquidity for the potential up move. I'm only looking into these setups, then it's completely fine, guys. That's good. But if you're just looking and you will say, no, it's only this zone, only this one, I will not take it for no reason, right? Because you need to take this into consideration. As we can see, there is a ton of liquidity if the price would have taken that zone as well. But for example, this one, you can definitely dismiss that zone. So if you will not map out the zone, then it's completely fine for me, because this zone doesn't have a high probability if you compare it to these two ones. Okay, so this is how you can actually eliminate right now one zone out of three. And right now with this zone, you are already in the trade, and you can also dismiss that zone as you're already putting it right now into break even. And you can wait right now for the price to come to the another zone, put your buy limit right over there, wait for price to come to the zone, put of course the same target like you did in the last one, because you had an ID why you did that. You had an idea why you would like to see price coming up there, and you're just waiting right now to see what the price will give you. Will this trade succeed, or will that trade not succeed? And if you're just waiting, price is moving even higher. Look at this, pretty nice profit. So you already had over here, let me just show it to you, because it was definitely a good trade. So you would have been already 5R in profit, guys. So this is more than retail traders are doing their whole life. And then price is hitting my break-even stop loss, which is completely fine for me. I didn't win anything, I didn't lost anything, but at the same time it triggered my second thing. And here, also here afterwards, after the price reacted to it, you can definitely put your stop loss to break even, just to make sure that you're not losing anything, and price is just moving up higher right into our POI over there that our expectations were. Okay, now here what I should have include as well is you got a liquidity zone over there, and you got everything over here looking super bearish. So you can see how price is super bearish. You're moving from a daily POI, from a daily supply zone. So your scenario from this point is price could just drop, or price could go up higher, drop afterwards, or price will go up higher, getting this whole liquidity that is located there to buy it and to sell right afterwards, or to buy through it. So in all these scenarios that you can see over here, 3 of them are telling you to buy it, and only one scenario is telling you you could probably go right over there short, but you know that you don't have enough liquidity in order to bring the price right over there to the downside, and more than likely you will expect the price to go in the first place more to the upside before it will drop afterwards. And this is what the price did here. And this is what looking for a long trade would have been definitely my trade to go. And this is how we banked 9R. I shared this trade in the inner circle with stop loss, entry, and take profit. Easy trade. And this is what I will do in the inner circle in the mentoring as well. But more than likely, I will explain you how to learn this kind of thing, that you don't need me to apply this, okay? So I will share there my ideas. I will explain you exactly these things with the rules, why I actually picked up exactly that zone, why I took that trade, why we have additional liquidity, stuff like that. But here, guys, this is super advanced stuff that I explained you right now over here, and this is super valuable knowledge. So if I had this knowledge at the beginning of my Forex career, then I would have been so thankful, because it would have been saving me so much time and money. So please leave a like if you enjoy this, and if you would like to join my team, getting into my Zoom calls, talking with me, chatting with me, getting access to the community, sharing your own ideas about how you are trading it, then definitely feel free to check out the mentoring program. See you in the next videos, guys. Bye bye.